Hello and welcome to Cinema Explorer. I'm Moksh,
And I'm Muskan.
and today we'll be doing the Oscar predictions for the last time. These will be the final Oscar predictions just before the ceremony, which is on Sunday. And if you're living in India just like us, it's on Monday morning. All the precursors have given out their awards. So let's see what we predict in this video.
So the very first category that we are predicting today is the Best Picture category, the biggest award of the night. And for a long time, it was a very boring race because Power of the Dog was leading it. And now it has become interesting.
So Coda won the PGA and the SAG Ensemble, and since then it has become a two-horse race, and finally things have gotten excited. And I believe Coda is just the frontrunner now because after winning the PGA, its chances have skyrocketed, and I believe Coda will be able to win now.
I don't think it will be able to win, but yeah, surely it has increased its chances a lot because of many reasons. Firstly, Troy Kotsur suddenly became a frontrunner. The award for him is pretty much locked in. Previously, it was Cody Smith-McPhee's, and even now in the adapted screenplay race, even that is where Coda is now leading. So that these are two categories where Power of the Dog was leading before, and now Coda is leading it.
And that will be interesting to see because Coda has 3 nominations and I'm expecting it to win all 3, and that will be a great thing. Coda is a really heartwarming movie, and for me, if it wins, I'll be happy. I'll be really happy, and I will love to predict Coda for the Best Picture win.
I don't think that Coda will win because firstly, there are a lot of odds it has to overcome. It just has 3 nominations, not even a single technical nomination. It does not have the best editing nomination. And we have seen over the years that whatever film wins Best Picture, it must have a best editing nomination, excluding Birdman, because it was a different case altogether.
But I believe that its importance or the stock of Coda grew after the nominations, and if people would have taken notice of Coda beforehand, it could have been nominated maybe in the editing category or maybe in some other category. But I really believe that Coda has it, and everybody would love to see the cast on stage accepting the award for Best Film. I would love that.
I would love that too, I guess. But yeah, for me, I am predicting the Power of the Dog for now because it has so many nominations and it feels hard that it will lose Best Picture. One more point why I think that Coda might lose the Best Film race is because it does not have a director nomination. It just has 3 nominations, and even if we keep the technicals aside, but director nomination is one thing that a Best Film contender frontrunner must have.
But a lot of time, Oscar split the award between Best Film as Best Director, and recently Green Book won without a Best Director nomination. So I think it's possible for Coda to win. If it wins both the awards, then it will make things interesting for the night, and then I can expect it that maybe Coda will win and they'll just read out its name and I'll be happy.
It will be a record of something if Coda wins. It will be really interesting to see that.
Coming to the next category, it's the Best Director, and I think Jane Campion is a lock. This is one award the Power of the Dog will not lose on Oscar night.
Yeah, I think the Power of the Dog can lose a lot of awards, even though it has been over-nominated, which again scares me a little bit because in the past, the films that have been over-nominated often do not take many awards home. But yeah, this is one award it is not going to lose. Jane Campion has pretty much won every single precursor, BAFTAs, Critics' Choice, Golden Globes, everything. And it seems very uncertain that she might lose this.
At one point, I was expecting Steven Spielberg or Denis Villeneuve to get an award somewhere, but it didn't happen, and I think it's Jane Campion's award now. Another thing that I thought could happen was Raisuke Hamaguchi getting some kind of a push because I expected it to have a certain kind of trajectory similar to Parasite, where it had similar nominations, but it didn't happen. I think the hype died down after the nominations, and I'm not hearing anybody saying Drive My Car deserves to get a Best Picture win or a Best Director win. So yeah.
Jane Campion is pretty much locked in. So yeah, we predict Jane Campion.
Coming to the next category, it's the Best Actor, and I think it's the easiest category to predict. It's Will Smith's award. He hasn't lost on any precursor, and I don't expect him to lose at Oscar night.
I think the only award that Benedict Cumberbatch would have secured was the BAFTAs because it was his home turf, or even Critics' Choice because critics were loving the Power of the Dog. But that did not happen. Even Will Smith just swept through all the awards, and it's very unlikely for him to lose now.
I'd love to hear Will Smith's speech on the Oscar stage because we got that Fresh Prince style that he has on the Critics' Choice stage.
Best actor should get a little more time. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
It was so amazing, I think, because his journey from Prince to King now is amazing, and we would love to see him take that award, even though our favorite might not be
The same.
him, yeah, but still, we would love him to win the award. Now, coming to the category that was once very interesting, very exciting,
Yeah.
but now has become,
Very predictable.
yeah, that is the Best Actress category. Earlier, everyone thought that Nicole Kidman is getting the award just because she won a Golden Globe. But now, Jessica Chastain has won a SAG award, she has won the Critics' Choice Award, and it seems pretty difficult that anyone would overtake her. Even though I would still not predict her, because my heart still says that Kristen Stewart might win, even though everyone has rejected Spencer so badly.
I don't think that Kristen Stewart will be able to do that. I think it's Jessica Chastain's award. She has a narrative going on that she hasn't won an award and she deserved for Zero Dark 30. And that is why she will win. She has got 2 precursor awards. BAFTA had no overlapping nominees. And I think Nicole Kidman, it was a false frontrunner run for her because Golden Globe sometimes give award to random people. Like Andra Day won last year, even though she was nominated, but she didn't have a chance. So here as well, I think Jessica Chastain has the award and it will be her award. And if they have to do something like unpredictable, maybe then Kristen Stewart can come in, or maybe even Penelope Cruz, because I've been hearing that people are supporting her because of the body of work that she has.
The only reason I have a little bit hope for Kristen Stewart is because Academy gave an award to Frances McDormand last year, and her performance was a subtle performance, definitely not like the one Jessica Chastain has given this year. For me, it was a very over-the-top performance. Like, I can see why everyone is supporting her. She was brilliant in her role. What she did was good. But still, it was very showy performance, and I don't think that Oscar will give it to her this year.
I don't really have a very difficult to predict track record, and they might just go for that showy performance this time because everybody, especially the critics, loved Kristen Stewart, but she couldn't win the Critics' Choice. If she would have won the Critics' Choice, even I would have said that Kristen Stewart has a 50-50 chance along with Jessica Chastain. But right now, I think it's very unlikely that she'll win, and I think Jessica Chastain will definitely win.
So that's your prediction.
Yeah, that's my prediction.
Kristen Stewart is my prediction.
The next category is the Best Supporting Actor, and this was one category which had kind of a balance in the middle, but right now it's Troy Kotsur who has taken the upper stage. Cody Smith-McPhee won the Golden Globe at the very start of the Oscar season, and we thought that this guy might just go and win the Oscar, but since then Troy Kotsur has won everything, and I don't think anybody else can have a chance in this category. It's Troy Kotsur's award.
Yeah, he won SAG, he won Critics' Choice, he won the BAFTAs, and his speech was so charming. I think everyone would just love to see him up the stage
Yeah.
and take that award that he very much deserves.
And by winning the award, he will be making history. He will be the only second deaf actor to win an Oscar. The first one being his co-star in the film, Marlee Matlin. So yeah, that will be a special moment for him and for her as well. And that will be a special moment for the community also. And I'd love to know what he has to say after winning. And yeah, that's great.
We will be there cheering him.
Yeah, doing this.
The next category is the Best Supporting Actress category, and even this one is very predictable. It is going to be Ariana DeBose, and she has been sweeping the entire award season. She has named to herself every single precursors, the BAFTAs, the Critics' Choice, the Golden Globes, SAGs, everything.
And if she wins, and she will win, it will only be the third time 2 different actors will win an award for playing the same character. Rita Moreno won an award for playing the very same character in the first West Side Story, and Ariana DeBose will win now. Similarly, Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix both won for playing the Joker, and Marlon Brando and Robert De Niro won for playing Don Corleone in Godfather Part 1 and Godfather Part 2. So yeah, it will be an interesting record.
I think it will be created and it will be really exciting to watch that. She deserves it, I think. So our prediction is Ariana DeBose. So our next category is the Best Original Screenplay category, and here we have some kind of a race, I guess, between Belfast and Licorice Pizza.
I think it was a race, beforehand, but after WGA gave the award to Don't Look Up, Licorice Pizza's chances are looking a little grim. I thought that they had quite a good chance. There was no Belfast, and they could have taken the award, but they couldn't. And that makes a little bit of an uneasy kind of a thing.
Yeah, that was a free run for like Licorice Pizza, that there is no Belfast here in this category,
Yeah.
so you can easily take it home. And they yet gave it to Don't Look Up. And now Licorice Pizza just has an BAFTA win.
And when we talk about Oscars giving an award to someone who is long overdue, I think they both are long overdue. Kenneth
Yeah.
Branagh as well as PTA. And it will be a chance of like who they decide to give the award to. I think for me it should be Licorice Pizza, but I'm not very confident right now.
Yeah, I think Belfast is going to win, possibly, because Kenneth Branagh has more nominations.
Yeah.
In this year, Belfast has 7 nominations as compared to Licorice Pizza. It has very few nominations, I
I
guess.
think it is 3 or 4.
Yeah. So it has a better chance in that way also, because if Kenneth Branagh cannot win in any other category,
Yeah.
Best Picture is not his, the director is not his, and this is one category where they actually could give Kenneth Branagh if they are willing to not let him go empty-handed this year. So yeah, I think Belfast will win this year.
But my heart still says Licorice Pizza, so I'll go with my heart and say Licorice Pizza.
It's Belfast for me.
Coming to the next category, it's the best adapted screenplay. And earlier it was all The Power of the Dog. But once again here, Coda has come through, won the WGA. And if Coda can win this Oscar, then things can get interesting for other categories as well. And I'm expecting Coda to win here because I don't expect them to go and give Jane Campion 3 Oscars. Because if they give her Best Adapted Screenplay, Director, then I think they will give her the Best Picture as well. And that will not happen.
Not especially when Jane Campion has made some really controversial remarks
Yeah.
regarding the Williams sisters. And I don't know why she had to do that. It was going so well for her. And yes, even I think in this one, Coda might have a chance.
Earlier, I thought that Drive My Car had a good chance. Purely because I could see parallels between Drive My Car and Parasite, but they have died. And even The Lost Daughter.
Yeah, it basically swept the Independent Spirit Awards. Now, one interesting thing about the Independent Spirit Awards is that they actually never matter as a precursor,
Yeah.
because they happen usually just one day before the Oscar ceremony. So the voters are locked.
Yeah.
They have locked their votes. But this time it happened 1.5 week around before even the voting closes for Oscars. So they might be influential in some way. I'm not sure of it because
They
we don't
can
know.
be influential, like if they don't want to give it to Coda,
Yeah.
and if they don't want to give Jane Campion 3 Oscars, then Lost Daughter could be a viable option for them to go up. But I don't expect that
Lost
to happen.
Daughter won Best Screenplay, Best Director, and Best Film in Independent Spirit Awards. So that might help it a little, but still, the front runner is still Coda, in my opinion.
And I would want Coda to win just to make things exciting and keep us guessing who will win Best Picture.
Yeah, so our prediction is Coda. Now coming to the Best Animated Feature category, even here there is not much of a race. I think we can say there is a race between Encanto and the Mitchells versus the Machines, but Encanto has preceded.
Almost swept.
Yeah.
Like almost swept. They have won BAFTA, they have won the Golden Globes, they have won the PGA,
Yeah.
and Mitchells only have the Critics' Choice and Annie.
Yeah, Annie Awards are important because they are animation awards, and
Yeah.
there it won director, feature, screenplay.
Almost everything.
Yeah,
once
almost
again.
everything there.
But what do you think? Will it be Encanto? Because everybody seems to love Encanto, and also the fact that it has nomination in other categories, that can become quite influential here.
That is influential because we see when a film has a nomination outside of its category in such a category, it does win. So yeah, I think Encanto will win.
Even though my heart would love to say the Mitchells versus the Machines, but here I would still say Encanto will win. Coming to the next category, it's the best international feature film, and it's going to be Drive My Car. It's very easy to predict.
Yeah.
It has nominations in other categories, and I need not say more. It's going to be Drive My Car.
It has Best Picture nomination, it has Best Director nomination, and I think that is enough for it to make it
Yeah.
to be the winner. So yeah, it will be the winner. Now coming up next is the Best Documentary Feature category, and we have never done this category before
Yeah.
because we never saw any one of it.
Yeah.
But as the precursors go, I think Summer of Soul is going to win.
I think everybody seems to love Summer of Soul. Also, the fact that it got an editing nomination at BAFTA, that was quite interesting. And maybe, just the creativity that we can see in Summer of Soul and everybody just love it so much. I think it will win.
I think if I have to make a case for any other film, it will be Flea.
Yeah.
Because it is one film that has 3 nominations. It is a record. No film ever has overlapped in these 3 categories: the
Yeah.
documentary feature, animated film,
And the best international feature.
and the best international feature. So it has a strong case. But again, the way Summer of Soul is sweeping all the
Yeah.
precursors, I think that will win.
It looks unlikely for Flea, but I think the creativity and the thought process behind that
The
film.
one thing is, like, never seen before quality
Yeah.
it has. It is like nothing we have seen before, and Oscar might want to award that.
That could just definitely have an effect on some voters, but I still believe Summer of Soul have a
Yeah.
great chance. Also, I think we should give a shout out to Writing with Fire, which is an Indian documentary, and we didn't know much about it before the nominations were announced, and we were pleasantly surprised that day. And even though it does not have a chance, it feels really great that it has been nominated.
We'll still be rooting for Writing with Fire deep down. But yeah, our prediction will play it safe here. It will be Summer of Soul. The next category is the Best Cinematography category, and this is one thing that we are really interested in because who doesn't love a film with good visuals? And especially this year we have so many good nominations. I think the critics' choice gave me a little bit of a scare by giving it to The Power of the Dog, and so I was really waiting for the ACs to give their award,
Yeah.
and that went to Dune. So now it is going to be Dune.
I think it was a very teeny bit of a scare because I don't expect The Power of the Dog to win. It has been Dune's award. The technicals have been with Dune, and ASC has been really good at predicting. Last year they predicted Mank, even though people were rooting for Nomadland, and I think that Dune is definitely going to win, and ASC have got it right this time also.
I think Greig Fraser definitely deserves it, maybe even 2 times in a row, and the Batman's release might even help that.
Yeah, it definitely will because it just released before the voting opened, and it definitely has boosted his case according
And
to
the
me.
kind of response it got, like,
Yeah.
worldwide, I think that boosts up his cases a little, which was already well boosted up.
Yeah.
So yeah, we predict Dune here.
The next category is the best film editing, and usually people say that film editing is a very important award if you want to win best picture. And the funny thing here is we have got very variety of winners. We have got No Time to Die winning at BAFTA, not nominated at the Oscars. West Side Story winning the Critics' Choice, not nominated. King Richard and Tick Tick Boom both won Eddie in their respective categories, and they are nominated here, but they are not exactly the front runner, and they are not even nominated in the sound category. So this is a difficult category to predict.
I think sound, whichever film wins sound, usually wins the editing. So Dune, I think, has a pretty good chance here because we see that sound. We will come to it later. So I think Dune is going to win here.
Also, since we mentioned that King Richard and Tick Tick Boom won their respective Eddies, but Eddie have been not so great at predicting. Last year they gave it to the Trial of Chicago 7, and it was the most edited and not the very best edited film in 2020. So yeah, I'm not able to say that maybe King Richard can win or maybe Tick Tick Boom can win, and that is also a thing that has a play here.
Although the Academy loves sports films, giving editing to sports films, and
Yeah.
we saw decent editing in King Richard. That might be a small shot, but yeah, still it is going to be Dune.
But there is a case, like there are 2 overlapping nominations in sound and editing. That is a very far shot that they might go with The Power of the Dog, just because if Coda wins adapted screenplay and they want to give best picture to The Power of the Dog, it will only win 2 categories, director and picture, and then maybe they can go for it in editing. And that is the whole reason why it is so convoluted, this particular category, because no particular film which is in the front runner category has won this award. And yeah, even though I'll still go with Dune because you said they'll be winning sound and editing will go hand in hand, but this category has potential to surprise us on that day.
But let's keep our prediction to Dune.
Yeah.
Also, we'll just like to mention what Academy did this year by putting editing and all the other technical awards, the below the line awards. They are not going to telecast it live, and that is really shameful thing to do.
I think they're just saying that these particular categories do not matter as much. And they clearly said, I think, that people don't want to see them. And for us, they are the most exciting categories because that is something that makes up the film.
That is the craft of film. Technicals make the film.
It is actually really heartbreaking because I would have loved to see these people be on stage, accept their awards, and it would have been a fun time watching them.
Especially when they are almost always behind the stage. They never get
Yeah.
to be up on the stage. This was their chance to be telecasted live and they are not going to be. Shame on you, Oscars.
The next category is the best original score, and Dune and Hans Zimmer have been sweeping through all the precursors, and I expect him to win this award. He won, the last time he won was in 1994, so it has been a long time, long overdue, and
It was for the Lion King, wasn't it?
it was for the Lion King, and he has produced great scores after that. And here also Dune, it was the best score of the year, and I think he should win, and he definitely will now.
He will win. It's been long overdue again.
Yeah.
It is his award to lose. The next category is the best sound category, and here, as we were talking about,
Yeah.
that Dune is going to win this. That is for sure. There is no two ways about it.
I think it had the best sound editing, sound mixing, and it was very immersive, the whole experience. And since sound and editing go hand in hand, if Dune wins best sound, its chances of winning best film editing will definitely get a great boost. The next category is the best production design, and once again, as we have seen Dune sweeping the technicals, it has won all the precursors. People are talking about Nightmare Alley's chances, and even though the production design was great, I still cannot see it winning here. If we go by the precursors at least. Because Dune has a really great production design, a very strong production design, the whole world building that they did and everything, the visual effects also. Because they were not exactly visual effects, they were practical effects, so a lot of set building had to be done. And that has a very strong case for Dune, and that is why I expect Dune to win this award, and Nightmare Alley might not win here.
Going by the precursors, playing it safe, we are going to predict Dune. Coming to the best costume design, this is one category that is going to be that is going to give an award to such a deserving film.
Yeah.
It is going to be Cruella because it has swept the entire precursor season, the award season. It has won every single award and deservedly so.
And I think the whole costume design, even the first time we saw it, we were like, this is sure shot to get a nomination and it might just win. And it had a really creative costume design. Even though it was a period film, the way they were able to infuse avant-garde kind of style into that costume design, that was so nice to see. And yeah, I expect Cruella to win here. And even though people are talking about Dune, but I don't see a chance here.
Usually it just goes to any period dramas, and I think
Yeah.
this year they have a chance to give it to something so creative.
Yeah.
There were so many wow moments in that film for the costumes alone, and there is no chance that this award is going to anyone else but Cruella. So we predict Cruella here.
Coming to the last category we will be predicting is the best makeup and hairstyling. And according to me, it's a two-horse race between Coming to America and The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Coming to America won Makeup and Hairstyling Guild Awards, and Eyes of Tammy Faye have won different awards throughout the season, and that is why The Eyes of Tammy Faye has an upper chance.
It also has an upper chance because potentially Jessica Chastain, as you say, is going to win the best actress category.
Yeah.
So they might give it two things to a one film.
That could
even
happen.
though it was not a very good film, I think.
That could happen. Like, for me, it's very difficult to predict because these are some categories where anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
So if I have to predict, I might just say The Eyes of Tammy Faye just because Jessica Chastain will win, and it will sure shot have an effect on makeup and hairstyling as well. So for me, it's The Eyes of Tammy Faye.
Yeah, it is The Eyes of Tammy Faye. So these were our final predictions for the Oscars. We can't wait for the ceremony to happen on Monday morning, and we are so excited, especially for the Best Picture race.
Yes.
So let us know your final predictions of all the categories, your favorite categories in the comments below.
And don't forget to like and subscribe and support this channel.
See you next time.